A little bit of breaking news here on the Chicago Bears podcast. We do have an entire episode that we are going to let you guys listen to later on today. We'll be dropping that, but we had to get this out because as soon as we finished recording, J-Mac, breaking news, Jaylen Johnson's 21-day window has been activated here by the Chicago Bears, essentially giving him the opportunity to possibly come back by that first Packers game. The practice window being open for Jaylon Johnson, I'm not going to lie to you, J-Mac, is a complete surprise to me. When Ben Johnson said we're hoping to get him back by the end of the season, I thought maybe the second Packers game. Nowhere did I think there was a possibility for the first game here. J-Mac, how big would this be if the Chicago Bears could get Jaylon Johnson back ahead of or going into at least that Packers or Browns game there?
Huge. It changes the whole dynamic of your defense, right? You're looking at a guy who is, some say he's the top cornerback in the league. He's definitely top 5 in my opinion. And a guy who knows the system, a guy who can come in and help this defense make plays. And having a guy like that, a leader, to help continue to lead this defense on the back end is phenomenal. And we talk about getting healthy at the right time. Perfect timing. You're trying to make a playoff push. You're trying to make a run to win the division. You get one of your best players back. I mean, it's fantastic news for the Bears. It doesn't get any better. Jaylon Johnson is the cream of the crop, top tier guy, and having him in that lineup will just change. Like I said before, this whole defense is completely different with him back there.
No, 100%. To me, you're getting the pass rush improving. You're seeing a lot from Montez Sweat right now. You're getting a guy like Javon Dexter, who I think last season he had 4.5 sacks in total. Seems like now, he may be blowing past that number this season if he continues to up those sack numbers. Like, you're starting to get things right. The DB room has been one of your bigger concerns, right? Jaquan Brisker's still banged up right now. Tyreek Stevenson has kind of been banged up. He's up and down. Deshaun Wright's been banged up at points. Getting a guy like Jaylon Johnson back, having a true number one, and especially in Dennis Allen's system. Dennis Allen wants you to be able to play on an island and be that one-on-one guy. That's what Jaylon Johnson does. One, I think it impacts his defense in a major way. But I'll also say this, J-Mac, it speaks to what the players think about the importance of this season. This is a very aggressive recovery and rehab for Jaylon Johnson, coming off of a torn groin injury where he had to have surgery on that. Like, I think it's in our minds, as media and fans and analysts, we kind of go, this ain't the year for the Bears, but hopefully they continue to build on this. Jaylon Johnson says this year is just as important as any other year. I'm trying to get back right now.
Yeah, and it's a testament to him for putting in the work. Obviously he had the surgery, but attacking the rehab process, doing the necessary things that he needs to do to make sure that he can get back. That way he can create this opportunity, this practice window that we're talking about, which will enable him to come back and get back in the lineup. So, he sees his guys out there battling. He sees his team having success. He wants to contribute and be a part of it any way he can, to be out there for him teammates. And he knows with his ability, he can help elevate this team's chances of possibly making the playoffs and winning the division. So, big shout out to Jaylon Johnson. I'm looking forward to, hopefully seeing him back out there.
What does that do from a team morale aspect when you see a teammate going through an aggressive rehab like that? And like, you're sitting there like, hopefully we get you back at some point this season. And all of a sudden he's like, I'm trying to get back out there.
It's exciting, especially with, you just talk about the confidence this team has, right? Winning all these close games, but just winning in general, right? The confidence they have at the head man, Ben Johnson, the confidence they have in these position coaches, the confidence they have in each other. And now you're seeing one of your guys who you didn't know if it was a possibility for him to come back after that surgery, but you see him putting in the work on a daily basis and him saying, you know what, I'm trying to come back now for you guys. Like, that's it's a whole new level of confidence. And it's going to be awesome because with him back there, this defense is going to be, extremely confident with him back there, holding things down in the secondary.
It takes it from, to me, right, like you and we talk about this a little bit in the pod, but it takes it from a conversation of a defense that's kind of trying to just make it work right now, right? They've got so many injuries. You're trying to just kind of piece things together. I get it. It's got to be next man up, but eventually the next man clearly is not as good as the guy that was the starter in there. And it takes it from, you've kind of just stayed with your head above water.
Yeah.
No, now we're actually swimming. Like when I look at the improvement you've seen from the defensive line over the past couple of weeks, when you look at what this linebacking crew is when it's healthy, TJ Edwards, of course, banged up, but the growth we've seen from Tremaine Edmonds this season, it seems like he's been unlocked. And you add back in, to me, what I think is he's a top 2 DB, and in my mind, he ain't 2 in this NFL. Like the most important thing, I love how Deion Sanders says it. If you got a bunch of tackles, that means people catching the ball. Jaylen Johnson ain't a tackle guy. He's a PBU guy. He breaks up a ton of the balls thrown his way. So, like, to me, when I look at adding that back into this defense, I think it takes Dennis Allen from having a defense that's trying to keep his head above water to a defense that's swimming, especially when you added in a CJ Gardner-Johnson to this team. Your hope is at some point to get Kyler Gordon back on this team with his IR stint. It truly feels like you could be getting healthy at the right time, and to make a playoff push with that kind of defense, with how the offense is growing, J-Mac, this Bears team might be a little bit better than people expected going into the playoffs.
Without a doubt. Anytime you get a player of Jalen's caliber back into the lineup, it's going to increase your chances. And I look at it like this, right? We've seen a Dennis Allen defense, right, without a Jaylon Johnson. So it makes you wonder some of the things they're running, especially on the back end.
Yeah.
Is it just vanilla? Is it just based upon the limitations of the guys who he has out there? But adding Jaylen Johnson back into the mix, it makes you say, you know what? Are we really seeing, a defense in terms of the back end of what Dennis Allen really wants to run because he's got Jaylen Johnson back in the line? Now he can do some of the things that he wanted to do, some of the creative coverages, right? Some of the combo coverages that he may want to run, knowing the fact that he has a true number 1 cornerback back there. So this whole defense will change with Jaylen added back to it.
Let us know how you guys feel in the comments below. We'll be down there talking with you guys as well. There's a full podcast coming out as well today, so stay tapped in with us on that. But wanted to get this out as quickly as possible with the breaking news happening literally as we finish recording. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For Jason McKie, it is your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down, one love. AJ's back eventually. Peace.